Folks, on this lovely day, we have ourselves a brand new pendant light, chandelier, whatever you want to call it, from Wayfair, and I will have this exact one linked below in the description box. Let's get it out. These actually come shipped pretty small because what happens is that they are expandable. There's a couple pieces that go together. Now, I have actually reviewed several of these. I have one in my laundry room right now. This one, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be putting this one, but we're going to figure out a spot. I'm in a full remodel right now, so there's quite a few different locations that we can put this. All right, let's get all the pieces out. We have our instruction guide right here. Now, of course, you will, and I highly recommend getting some really nice LED Edison bulbs. That makes these pendant lights look absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so this is the pendant light, and it's really nice and modern, black and gold. We have a couple little down tube right here. We're gonna get into all that with what looks to be a little bit of a pivot too. So you could put this on an angle if you really wanted to, and that's nice and stiff. So it could droop down from your kitchen, which actually I think is a really cool idea because I do need to replace one, and it is in a curved pitched roof. So we might just go do that right now. My kitchen is not remodeled, forgive me. And also we have all our little hardware here, drywall, mounts and screws and brackets, and our connectors right here, and our grounding wire right here. And we're gonna go ahead and show you some nice installation tips as well in this video. First and foremost, do be careful. Cut the power to your breaker box, and let's go install it. All right, we're gonna be installing it in my kitchen here. Forgive the ugly kitchen. This is a 1992 full remodel. I'm going to be redoing everything, getting rid of the wallpaper, cabinetry, and see how my roof is pitched like this here. I don't know if this is going to be the permanent location or if I want to center it up, but for right now, this is going to look real sharp. So let's go ahead and remove this one. We're going to go ahead and take that one down, but before we do, we're going to confirm that I hit the right breaker and turn off the breaker to turn off the electricity. I'm also going to be double checking it with a Wiggy electricity meter checker. Be safe, and we'll show you a couple wiring tips. All right, let me show you how I'm wiring mine up. I don't want it too long. If you do want it a bit longer, they do give you these extra down tubes that are about a foot each. I'm just using the pivoting one right here with the top so I can get a nice little pivot. Again, my ceilings aren't too high from that area right there, so I don't want it drooping too far down, but I'll leave that up to you if you have a higher roof. And then these, you kind of have to slide those in and turn. This one is nice and tight in there. I did notice, unfortunately, my threads on this one aren't holding as well as they should. So if that does happen to you, I'm just going to use some Teflon tape or some thread sealer to kind of thicken that up a little bit so it'd get there in there nice and tight. But again, those insert in and then stick out, as you can see right here. And we have a nice little bend in the back here. Now let me show you what I did here. I put a washer and a nut on right there. I fed my wire through this bendable tube here, coming up and out. And a slight correction, I had to put my ground wire underneath my nut there. It's already pre-stripped, so we have our ground ready to go. Okay, folks, so this light has a blue and red, not your typical black and white for hot and neutral here in the United States. Fans do have this type of color coding, but for this pendant light, because this is not a fan, your red is going to be connected to your black, your blue is your neutral being connected to your white wires in your box, and your ground, which is striped yellow and green, is going to go to the bare ground in the box above. So once again, red goes to hot black, blue, neutral white, and then your ground goes to your bare ground in the box. Let's proceed. Okay, now your bracket, I'm actually using my old bolts right here to put the bracket on top of my box here. Now, I'm not sure if you're gonna have to do this or not. I actually had to extend one of the edges here and drill a hole so it would fit this bracket that it came with, and now it fits just beautifully there. I had to do that same thing with my other Wayfair pendant light right here. And then what that's gonna do is you're gonna put the top over this, and then we're gonna put our side screws in here. So again, power shut off, of course. We have our black, our whites. Yours might look a little different than this, but in my case, I'm gonna put the blue to the white, red to the black, and yellow green ground to the bare ground here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my lineman's pliers. I'm gonna twist them together in the appropriate fashion that I just told you. Then we'll put wire nut caps over them, screw those on, and then electrical tape around that and the wires so that when we shove them back up into the box here, as you can see, it gets pretty tight in there, and these ones should have electrical tape over the tops of them, but I'll let that one slide. But professionals, I'll show you the way they do it. Okay, just like this. Again, whites to blue, wire nut, electrical tape, red to black, wire nut, electrical tape, green and yellow stripe to bare, capped, and electrical tape. Now, if your wire is too long, you don't feel like wrapping it around and top like this, or if you think it's not gonna fit, you can cut that down, but I wanna keep the full length just in case I move this to a different location and I wanna use the extension pulls later down the road. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and put this up. Our little screws on each side that go through the holes right here. All right, folks, highly recommended. These have a slight yellow tint to the actual glass. This is an LED Edison bulb, perfect for this pendant light. I will have these linked in the description box below, as well as the pendant light, of course. This is a 6 watt, and you're looking at a 2300K, 120 volt. And that's what I just showed you earlier in the video in the laundry room. And we still need to put in one more, but this light is looking absolutely stunning. Let's go ahead and put this last one in. Again, a very nice warm glow to it. I'll back the shot up here in just a second here as we go ahead and take a look. And another side note, the reason why I would use LED Edison bulbs and not regular non-LED Edison bulbs is the non-LED ones are going to be using a lot more energy. LEDs are very low energy consumption, especially if you have 8 of them in a pendant light. Now, obviously my kitchen does not do this pendant light justice, but I really like it. It matches, again, the one in my mudroom, and I'll have this one linked as well. This is also from Wayfair. This is kind of a smaller one, obviously just a 4 bulb, and again the same bulbs are in this one as they're in this one, but look at this, that's absolutely awesome. And again, it has that slight droop to it because the angled top to it there, even though it is on an angle curved roof, as we can see, bringing it straight down. Of course, this is an 8 bulb pendant light. Let's go ahead and come around here. Now, when this kitchen is fully done, this kitchen is going to look absolutely stunning. I'm going to go with white shaker cabinets, gold or black hardware, which is going to match this pendant light, and it is going to look stunning. Overall, very solid light. Again, the only problem I ran into was just drilling that small little hole in my bracket, and I do need to put a dollop. This little one right here, I told you about the threading. It was a little strip, so I'm going to put a little dollop of like hot glue. The Teflon tape didn't really work. It's straight right now, but it's not threaded correctly in there. So that was the only issue I ran into the light, but very impressive nonetheless. Again, not very expensive light. Now, the Edison bulbs will add to the cost of that, of course. Going to be a little tricky for the lighting to pick this up with the Edison bulbs on, but again, very, very nice colors to it, and we're looking great. Well, folks, once again, in the description box right below the video will be this exact same pendant light where you guys can read more about it, pick one up yourself. But just like all my videos, please don't go into debt for anything that I do make a video about, but if you do have the cash and it does intrigue you, please go ahead and purchase on away. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button on your way out as well, helps the channel and the YouTube algorithm. Also subscribe to see this house fully remodeled, as well as my tech review videos, van life builds, and more. Once again, your links are below. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Thank you. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.